If you have a count wheel movement where the cuckoo works just fine on almost every number except for one, and then it'll cuckoo, let's say it'll cuckoo 5 times, and then it also cuckoos for the half hour, but it works perfect on every other one. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you what it could be, and this has happened twice. So let's watch it. This first time it happened with Brandon Stewart,
got a little update.
One of my group members, and it was on a GK clock movement, and this is the video that he created.
I was trying to take some of the door flapping in and out from after tweaking on this lever here, so it would drop into this notch correctly, and kind of brought back the same problem I was having. And it works fine in every other area of this count wheel. So what I did was, I don't know if you're supposed to, I'm pretty amateur at this stuff, but it's working correctly now. So I got the door from flapping too much. It was really moving a lot because this lever was bouncing on top of each one of these locations too much. So I got that out of it. It brought back similar, not as quite as bad, but the same problem I was having. So I took this count wheel off, took a real fine file, and right there.
This was on the 9 o'clock position.
Clean that up a little bit. I had a little bit of a burr
where it bounced.
I think that was my main issue. So probably a little bit of adjustment in that arm and that burr on that 9 o'clock call there. So let's see what happens.
Again, this was on a GK movement.
And then, see if I can get this in there a little better. And this should be the 9 o'clock.
Before, it would count 9 and then it would count one more for the 9:30.
Yep, that took care of it. And then 9:30 and 10. And my door's not flapping like it was. It's more
the door
tweaking that lever back to get some of that door swing out, and I believe I corrected it. So thanks again.
The door flap, the clock, the cuckoo bird bouncing in and out is because the lever that goes into the count wheel was not touching the count wheel. It had a gap in it, so it would peck on the count wheel, which in turn made the cuckoo bounce in and out. The only clock that the cuckoo bird bounces in and out on is a Schatz cuckoo clock, and it was designed that way. Every other cuckoo clock is not supposed to bounce out of. But in this case, the clock worked fine except for on the 9 o'clock position, and then it would count 9 and then one more. So instead of 9, it would count 10, and that's because it had a burr inside of this thing, and so that lever would catch that burr and not be able to go into the notch on the 9 o'clock position. Now we're going to show you something else where another group member had the exact same issue, and here he says Thanks to Mark again, the filing on the 9 o'clock position corrected my Herbert Herb movement with the count wheel also. So in both cases, it just happened to be the 9, where instead of cuckooing 9 times, it would cuckoo 10 times, and that's because it had a burr inside these notches, not allowing it to stop on the 9 o'clock, but it would catch that burr for the 9:30 and then stop. So it's easy to take these count wheels off. And so if your clock is working just fine, except for one position, you might have a burr. So just take a file and file. Don't make this slot wider. If you make this slot wider, this is the 12 o'clock position right here, which covers the 12, the 12:30, the 1, and the 1:30 positions. So do not make the slot wider, or it might catch in the slot more than what it should. It should only catch for the hour that it cuckooed and the half hour. But if you make the slot wider, it will catch again, just like this slot right here, which again is for the 12, 12:30, 1, and 1:30 positions. Anyway, I hope this video helps, and may God bless each and every one of you.